Disaster can strike in a heartbeat. It doesn't always come with warning, and it rarely gives you time to prepare. One moment, life is ordinary, routine even. The next, everything you know is turned upside down. For Sequoia Queen Akins, life in Jacksonville was filled with the simple joys of raising her 2 children. Their home was their sanctuary, a place of laughter and comfort. But in a single, devastating moment, an electrical fire swept through their apartment, leaving them with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The fire at Desert Winds didn't just destroy possessions, it erased memories, security, and the sense of safety that comes with having a place to call your own. Flames consumed everything, leaving only ashes and heartbreak behind. Ms. Akins was already struggling with health issues, and with no family nearby to lean on, the loss was overwhelming. The emotional toll was as heavy as the physical one, leaving her feeling isolated and powerless. The Red Cross stepped in, but their help was fleeting. A single night in a crowded shelter, then the doors closed. The promise of support vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving the family adrift. With nowhere else to turn, Ms. Akins and her children spent nights in their car parked in empty lots, hoping for a miracle. Each night was a test of endurance, each morning a reminder that help was nowhere in sight. Desperate for answers, she called her apartment management again and again, but her pleas were met with silence. The lack of response was more than frustrating, it was crushing, a reminder of how quickly people can become invisible. A friend managed to scrape together enough money for a few nights in a budget hotel. For a brief moment, there was relief, a warm shower, a real bed, but the reprieve was short-lived, and uncertainty returned as soon as the money ran out. Turning to the kindness of strangers, a GoFundMe page was launched. But in a world where so many are struggling, immediate help was hard to find. The donations trickled in, but not fast enough to meet urgent needs. Local organizations tried to help, but they were stretched thin, lines were long, resources scarce, and the system moved painfully slowly. The Akins family was just one of many in crisis. "We lost everything," Ms. Akins said, her voice breaking with emotion. The pain of losing her home was matched only by the fear of what the future might hold. All she wanted was a stable home for her children, a safe place to rebuild, to dream, to heal. Even in the darkest moments, hope flickered in her heart. For the Akins family, homelessness wasn't a slow slide, it was instant, total loss. One day they had a life, the next, it was gone. Their story is a stark reminder that stability is fragile. Disaster can leave anyone desperate and alone, no matter how secure things may seem. The tragedy is deeply personal, but it's also a symptom of a much larger crisis, one that leaves too many families vulnerable, with nowhere to turn when disaster strikes. When the unthinkable happens, who is there to catch you? For the Akins family, the answer was almost no one. Their struggle is a call to action for all of us. Their journey forces us to confront the painful gaps in our safety nets, and to ask ourselves how we can do better, so that no family has to face disaster alone. While families like the Akins continue to struggle with daily uncertainty, Jacksonville officials are taking a victory lap, celebrating what they see as a major achievement for the city. The mood in City Hall is upbeat, with applause echoing through the chambers as leaders gather to mark what they call a turning point in the fight against homelessness. City Council Finance Chair Ron Salem stands at the podium, proudly touting a 49% drop in unsheltered homelessness from 2024 to 2025. He points to this dramatic decrease as evidence that the city's efforts are making a real difference. The city claims its strategy is working, fewer people are visible on the streets, and emergency shelters are seeing more empty beds than ever before. Officials say this is a sign that their approach is not just reducing numbers, but changing lives. Leaders frame this as a pivotal moment, proof that their investments and policy changes are finally paying off. They highlight new partnerships, increased funding, and innovative programs as key factors in this apparent success. Salem credits focused programs and targeted funding for the progress, emphasizing the importance of collaboration between city agencies, nonprofits, and community groups. He says these efforts have created a more coordinated response to homelessness. The message from City Hall is clear. With the right plan, resource, and determination, Homelessness can be solved. Officials urge residents to stay engaged and support ongoing initiatives. This is more than just a press release or a fleeting headline. It's a call for continued support, a rallying cry for the community, and a model that city leaders hope other cities will follow as they confront similar challenges. The numbers are used as proof that Jacksonville's approach is effective, with charts and graphs displayed at every opportunity to reinforce the narrative of progress and success. But behind the statistics and celebratory headlines, the reality is far more complicated. For many, the struggle continues, and the numbers don't always tell the full story of what's happening on the ground. The city's narrative is one of success, but not everyone is feeling the results. The divide between official optimism and lived experience remains, leaving some residents questioning whether the victory lap is truly deserved. What's behind Jacksonville's reported success? Mayor Donna Deegan points to a multi-pronged approach. The city expanded shelter beds and launched the JFRD Path Outreach Team, connecting people to resources. Outreach is now 24/7, meeting people where they are, day or night. New state laws banning public camping forced cities to act fast. Jacksonville partnered with community groups to move people from streets to housing. The goal: make progress sustainable, not just temporary. It's a strategy built on immediate relief and long-term solutions. But even the mayor admits the work is far from over. Jacksonville's progress is undeniable, with new businesses and vibrant communities springing up across the city. But beneath this growth, Florida's housing crisis is intensifying, casting a shadow over the state's sunny reputation. The dream of living in Florida is becoming harder to achieve for many. According to a recent University of Florida study, family homelessness has surged nearly 30% in just 3 years. More and more families are finding themselves without a permanent place to call home, forced into shelters or even onto the streets. The main culprit behind this crisis is clear: skyrocketing rent prices that are outpacing wages and making it nearly impossible for many to keep up. From 2019 to 2023, the average rent in Florida jumped a staggering 40%. This rapid increase has left countless residents scrambling to find affordable options, with many being priced out of their own neighborhoods. Florida's population boom, over 1 million new households in just a few years, has overwhelmed the housing supply. New developments are popping up, but they simply can't keep pace with the demand. Developers are racing to build, but the demand keeps driving prices higher and higher. Even with cranes dotting the skyline, affordable units remain scarce. In Orlando, for example, the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is now $1,799, about $500 more than what most low-income families can realistically afford. This puts stable housing out of reach for many working families. This affordability gap isn't unique to Orlando. It's a pattern repeated across major cities like Miami, Tampa, and Jacksonville, where rents continue to climb faster than incomes. As a result, families are forced to make impossible choices between paying rent and buying groceries, or between keeping a roof over their heads and affording necessary medicine. For many Floridians, the dream of a stable, affordable home is slipping further out of reach, turning what was once the promise of a better life into a daily struggle for survival. Behind Florida's sunny image, the numbers are grim. Over 900,000 renter households spend more than 40% of their income on housing. In Central Florida, the shortage of affordable rentals tops 80,000 units. Families compete for too few homes, driving prices up and stability down. The crisis is spreading in every major city. One unexpected expense can mean eviction and homelessness. The data is clear: this is a widespread, urgent crisis. For many Floridians, rent is a relentless burden. People work multiple jobs, sacrificing time and health just to keep up. Crowded living, multiple families in one apartment, is now common. Privacy and comfort are lost to desperation. These are not choices, but survival tactics. The gap between wages and rent is pushing families to the brink. The stress strains health, relationships, and hope for the future. Without change, more will be pushed past their limits. Jacksonville's story is a tale of two realities. On one side, officials celebrate a 49% drop in homelessness. On the other, Sequenya Atkins and her children sleep in their car after losing everything. Her crisis exposes the gap between policy wins and real-life emergencies. And the city's strategies help many, but can't always respond to sudden disasters. The Atkins family's struggle shows that homelessness is more than a statistic. it's a personal trauma. True progress means building a safety net that catches everyone, not just improving the numbers. Until then, families will keep falling through the cracks. Success must be measured by lives changed, not just charts. Florida's homelessness crisis is a math problem. Too many people, not enough affordable homes. Rents have soared and the supply can't keep up. Stories like Sequenya Aikens show how quickly anyone can lose everything. Outreach and shelter programs help, but without affordable housing, they're not enough. Real change requires a two-pronged approach, immediate aid and a massive push for affordable housing. Cities must invest in new construction, preserve existing units, and stabilize rents. This is about restoring dignity and hope, not just providing shelter. Only then can Florida build a future where every family has a safe place to call home.